Intuition means natural way of explaining things or events without going into details of logical reasoning or conscious reasoning. Intuition is like immediate and quick insight into the events. My intuition was guiding me that it will rain today. My intuition says something is fishy about our new neighbors. So, intuition, the ability to understand something instinctively without the need for conscious reasoning. Knowledge from or an ability to understand or know something immediately based on your feelings rather than facts. An impression that something might be the case. Intuition is used as noun. Your insights and intuitions as a native speaker are positively sought. Sometimes there is no clear evidence one way or the other, and you just have to base your judgment on intuition. Etymology. Intuition comes from Latin word in, which means at or on, and theory, which means look at or watch over. Intuition, to look at or watch over for explaining things. Just immediate insight. A closely related word is tuition, which also has the same roots, which means to teach somebody in guardianship, in watching over, in mnemonic. To remember the meaning of intuition, just remember the word tuition, which is to teach somebody by keeping an eye on the student. Similarly, intuition is to explain things just by looking at and just a quick insight and immediate insight. A second way of explanation is it sounds like instinct. Instinct is also natural feelings, although there is a slight difference between these two, and we will see in differences section. But remember, you can see this word. Premonition. Premonition is to sense something in advance, that something bad or unpleasant is going to happen. It's like warning in advance. Like intuition, it's also not followed by logical reasoning or conscious reasoning. It's just a natural feeling or a natural bad omen. For example, I have a premonition that your driving test will be failed. So, premonition, a strong feeling that something is about to happen, especially something unpleasant. A feeling of evil to come, an early warning about a future event. It's used as noun. He had a premonition that his plane would crash. Etymology, it's derived from Latin premonitive, from Latin premonere, which means to warn in advance, from pre plus monere, to warn, preliminary warning. Mnemonic, to remember the meaning of premonition, just look at pre, which means before, and monition sounds like monitor, to monitor a danger or some unpleasant event in advance, to predict something bad in advance, to sense something bad in advance. Similarly, monition also sounds like omen, some bad omen going to happen in future. Or monition also sounds like admonish, which means to warn, pre-warning. Deja vu, the experience of thinking that a new situation had occurred before. It is used as noun. The rise in housing costs is deja vu all over again. When I met her, I had a strange feeling of deja vu. You go to a new place, but you feel like you already have been here. and it's a feeling of déjà vu. Déjà vu is a French word which means already seen. Déjà vu is slightly different than other two. It stands out a bit than earlier two words, premonition and intuition, whereas premonition and intuition follows like to foresee or to see in advance, and deja vu follows that you see something and you traced back in past and you feel like you have seen that in the past. And about difference between intuition and premonition, intuition is less concerned about predicting future course of events, and sometimes it is just at the right moment when something is happening and you have another explanation or some reason of that, or you have some quick insight that this is going to happen just right away. Whereas premonition is to sense a time before, or it has something about prediction, something about warning. And about instinct, instinct is a feeling, is a natural feeling that drives certain behavior, and that behavior sometimes become habit, or that has a characteristic of permanence. Intuition, on the other hand, is the ability to understand something immediately, to have a quick insight. Another difference between premonition and intuition can be that although both of these words are devoid of logical reasoning, but premonition takes lead in this respect. For example, when I say that I have an intuition that we are going to have quiz tonight, I have an intuition based on a little bit reasoning that our teacher feels like that. Whereas about premonition, there is no logic, no reason at all. Thank you very much.